Howdy folks, how y'all doing today? You're back with Big CheeZ for another episode of Valheim 101. Today's episode, we are going through exploration and resources, okay? Where to grab all those pesky resources that you've been hunting for high and low. Maybe you grabbed one or two here and there, but I'm going to show you exactly where you can grab all these resources properly, thoroughly, in abundance here and there, so you can carry on building to your heart's content. But we're going to start off with the very basics, okay? So trees, okay? Trees are all over the place, okay? That's that one done. Okay, now, real quick, all right? So little trees, little bushes, all right, they'll give you 2 pieces of wood as you take them down, okay? So 1, 2 whacks, nice 2 pieces of wood. All right, maybe on another occasion you'll get 3 or whatever, but generally speaking, you'll get 2, okay? Knock down a whole tree, however, that'll split up, that will drop into a tree trunk, okay? You whack that a few times, that'll split up into 2 logs. You'll get 10 pieces of wood out of that tree, okay? Nice and easy there, okay? Next, stones, okay? So, at first, you may see a bunch of big old stones like this, okay? At first, you will not be able to harvest these, okay? Until you get a pickaxe, you will not be able to harvest these, alright? Dude, screw off. I'm trying to teach these people something and you're ruining it. Just go away, okay? Yes, these big ones, you won't be able to harvest yet. See, if I whack it with that, 0 damage, okay? But that's absolutely fine. You'll find loads of stones knocking around here, there, and everywhere as well. However, right, if you want to grab abundance of stone, if you look for kind of big, open areas like this, always in the meadows, all right, you can tend to find, okay, a few more stones than you would normally, all right? Generally, there'll be bigger piles than just those 2. Like up here, we've got a few more, okay, ready to go, and then easy. And again, so we can't really harvest there, but you know what I mean. Okay, a few more here as well, okay? So big old areas like this are great for stone, okay? We will get rid of those real quick because we don't need that on us. Okay, so that's wood and stone bashed out really quickly, okay? Next up, when you're on these areas as well, you will tend to find, as we have found down there, okay, boars, okay? Now, boars will give you leather scraps as you kill them. Now, you can obviously hunt them in with a bow, once you get a bow, which makes things nice and easy, but generally speaking, it's not a big deal, okay? When you're facing boars, okay, they will tend to come at you very head-on, okay? They will come at you very aggressive. Quick block knocks them off, and then you can whack them at your leisure, all right? That will give you raw meat, that will give you leather scraps, as you can see here, okay? And generally speaking, it will be about 1 leather scrap per boar. Sometimes you'll get one that'll be a bit loaded up, and if you see animals, enemies, whatever, with a few little stars under their name, that will generally mean that they're at a high level. The number of stars they have, generally you do a multiplier of whatever resources they give you normally, times the number of stars they got, or 1 level up from the number of stars they've got. That will give you twice as much resources. So in that case, boar level 2 will tend to give you 2 leather scraps. Make sense? Oh, good. Oh, wonderful. So that's wood, stone, leather scraps, easy stuff, all right? The other one that you have to keep an eye out for, obviously, is deer hide, okay? Deers are not easy to kill, okay? Unless you are crouching and crawling along, all right? So if you don't know it already, to crouch in Valheim, you just hit control and you're going to crouch, right? This will use up your stamina. As you can see down the bottom, my stamina is draining. But deer will not generally notice you, okay? Now, it give us the chance to sneak up right next to him and go thwack, okay? Deer taken out, nice and easy. Oh, okay, hi. Wasn't expecting to see you, to be perfectly honest with you, mate. That is not good timing. Unfortunately, I'm on one of my bigger servers, and I'm much further ahead than I really wanted to be to show you guys this, but it's fine, all right? Dealt with, okay? That's a brute, we'll get to him in due course. But anyway, right, that's deer, okay? Deer, okay, they'll generally be in groups of 2 or 3. When you have the bow, you can take them out nice and easy. Just making sure you aim a little bit above the deer, that's where your arrow will go. You can, however, do what we just did there, sneak up to them nice and close, and as long as your stamina stays down, you don't have to worry about the deer detecting you. You'll pick up, smack the deer, take it down, nice and easy. Deer hide is all yours. Okay, cool. So that's first 3 out of 4 out of the way even. There's another boar over there, but we're going to leave that one be. Okay, what is next? Flint. Flint. Let me show you where to grab flint. Okie dokie, folks. So flint is small little white rocks that you can generally find knocking along the shoreline, okay? So if ever you need flint, what I've tended to do is go for a big trip and grab a load of flint at the same time, all right? Go just right along the shoreline. You'll find it along little lakes or stuff like that on the inlets on the inside of the kind of islands and little bits like this. But the easiest way is generally just go straight for the shoreline, grab it as it comes in from the ocean, okay? There'll be tons of flint along here. It makes it nice and easy, just like that. So you already got 4, and this will take you up to your kind of next to your weaponry, next to your tools, get you to be able to use better arrows and stuff like that. So flint is a really handy resource, which is again why I generally say do a big trip for it, go it okay, there's a few of you guys this time. Go for a big trip with Flint. Take a load of it home, and then you'll be set up for a little while that way, okay? Oh, you had to dodge it, didn't you? We got 3 for 3, and then, well, 2 for 2, and you had to dodge it. Okay, but that's fine. This gives us an open opportunity to get onto one of our next resources. So, resin, okay? Resin is what you use to generally fuel your torches. It'll also be used as a kind of adhesive in some pieces as well. Now, as you saw, we can get a whole lot of resin just by getting to fights, but you also get a whole lot of resin out of just chopping down trees anyway. So as you go about your general cutting down of everything, you will find a shed load of resin just coming off anyway. Okay. What you also find as you cut down trees, you'll tend to find feathers. Don't worry about that for now. That is my big old dock. Okay, and I will show you that in one episode on my channel properly. And if I will actually show you how to build that as well, because as you see, that kind of goes out into the water a bit more. Most docks will tend to kind of just cut off down here because that is a pain in the ass to do. But I found ways to make it work. I found ways to make it easy. And if you're really into your building in Valheim, then I will show you how to do that. But anyway. This is our next thing, okay? Feathers, right? As I said, I don't know if I said, if I started saying, I might have started saying, feathers will drop as you take down trees as well, okay? Feathers are what you use to make decent arrows. You don't need them for the kind of very basic arrows, don't worry about that. But as you get into high quality ones, you will need feathers as well, or don't waste the arrows like I did there. You'll find that birds will, kind of just flock down around the seashore as well. It's more common around the seashore, a fair few things tend to be, as well as animals, boars, necks, that kind of thing. There will be little green kind of froggy lizards, which will make up your other accessible meat in Valheim. Okay, so meat is your kind of best source of health in this game, giving you the best boost of stamina too, and that mostly comes from either deer and boar, which will give you raw meat, or necks, which will give you neck tail. Okay, but all of that can be found around the shoreline. Nice and easy. Okay, so that is wood, stone, deer hide, leather scraps, flint, feathers, resin, and I think that's all. Yeah, that's all. I've got a few more bits to go through with you, okay? So, what I would say is when you are exploring around Valheim, we're going to just deal with this guy right here before he deals with us. Try and go out during the day, okay? Going out at night tends to mean that there's more creatures like this knocking around, okay? Generally, your meadows are a lot nicer, a lot more quiet, and a lot more populated by grey lings rather than grey dwarves, okay? Grey lings are the weakest form of grey thing out here. You don't want to be dealing with this dude, alright? Grey brutes, grey shaman, they are a pain in the ass, but you're not like that high level or anything like that yet, okay? As though my character is naked, I do have quite good skills, I do have quite good weaponry and stuff like that on me now, okay? But going out during the daytime will neutralize that threat a little bit. Now, when you do go out during the day, you need to keep an eye out for a couple of things, alright? I am going to show you one of them right now. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you as you explore the wonderful world that is Valheim is that you will fairly regularly run across little structures like this one or this one, okay? Now, a lot of time they are completely run down, abandoned, and you will occasionally find whole villages that have been abandoned, and not bad places actually to set up like a little stop, a little safe house, a little, a little thing to kind of call your own as well, because half the building work's already done for you, you don't have to worry about it. But it's also, generally, they have little chests inside, okay? Now this one doesn't have anything in it because unfortunately I've already hit this one, so it doesn't have anything in it. But generally they'll have a bunch of arrows, a bunch of, a little bit of coins, a little bit of valuable resources that you can sell on and stuff like that. There is a selling system in this. There is someone who you meet later on who you can sell stuff to as well. But right now, that's what they're for, okay? So, but as well as that, as well as what's the chest that's in them, fairly regularly they will also have a beehive in them. Now, neither of these two have beehives in them, but if they did, all you would do is you would go up to it, you go up to the inside, you don't go anywhere near that beehive, okay? Because they will come out, they will sting you, and they will poison you. But all you do is you take your bow, and you would pop the beehive, okay, step back, let the bees get out of the way, and more often than not, there'll be some honey dropped behind, okay? That will vary in terms of its amounts, but sometimes, and it's a bit of a random chance on you getting one or not, you will get what's called a queen bee. You need one queen bee in order to build a hive. Now, if you can build a hive of your own, it means that you have access to honey of your own. Now, at first, you have just raw honey, but later on, once you get a cauldron, you can turn that honey into healing potions and all this kind of thing to help bolster your combat, help save you when you're in a tight spot, basically, okay? But really good, really useful things to get hold of very early on, because that means you can kind of stockpile that stuff kind of going forward, okay? But we have one more thing to show you, and then we'll be done for tier 1. Okie dokie, folks. Our last two materials are bone fragments and circling chords, okay? Circling chords, as you can see down the bottom, are what we need in order to make our charcoal kilns and our smelters, okay? These are what we need to get onto metals much later on, okay? Now, circling chords kind of come into like a tier 2 material because they're only used to get into metal weaponry later on, but because you come across dungeons so often, like this one, I'm going to tell you guys about it in tier 1 stuff, okay? So as you go across Valheim, as you go off exploring, trying to, you know, find out what the hell you're meant to be doing, kill whoever you're meant to try and be killing, you will find countless dungeons. Now, they won't all look like this. Sometimes they'll look like this, holes in the ground. Sometimes there'll be a bigger stone one that you'll come across that will be above ground that you just go into. Sometimes they might even be hidden, okay? They might be under a tree. There might be a rock in front of the entrance you have to hack to pieces in order to get into, but they will come in many different forms. There'll be many different enemies within them. Now, generally on the first area, okay, kind of in the first island, there will be dungeons generally populated by skeletons. Skeletons will give you bone fragments as you defeat them, which you can then use to make better armor and weaponry at your base. Okay, both very good for that. But the circling cores are a limited resources in the dungeons. Okay, they did update it so there were a few more in there. So well, even when you're on your first area, you can get through, you know, a couple of dungeons that have a good amount to get going, get a good amount of forges and kilns set up back at your base, so you're not kind of waiting around too long. But they are the only place you can find them. The other thing I will say to you guys is, as we've drawing to the end of our tier 1 stuff, exploration, okay? This is your map, as you guys know, okay? And it is a doozy, alright? Now, what I would say is, as you are running around, you may come across a bunch of dungeons that you are not maybe prepared for. Maybe you're out of food, maybe your weaponry's broken, armor's broken, maybe you're in, you know, the worst shape you can imagine, alright? But you don't want to lose track of that dungeon. So all you do, just make sure that you guys know this, okay, is you have these little icons down the side. You can click whichever one you want. So I use this one for my dungeons just because I'm not going to use it for anything else. What you do is, like I've done here, you go to the point on the map, you double click, you name it whatever you want to, so we're just going to throw this one dung, okay, and output on the map. As you can see, we've got it marked down here that we can share it with other players. So other players will be able to see that one on their map too, and that means that everyone can go there. That makes it nice and easy, makes it nice and easy for us all to meet up there if we wanted to, alright? And it also makes it easy for, you know, if we came back through the Dark Woods, we were in trouble, maybe we've already done this dungeon and our inventory is entirely full, we're coming back this way, which is a bad time, right? So we've got back to our base, save us forgetting where it is, we can go back to it later on, then once we've done it, we can just right click it and it'll take it off the map as well. Nice and easy, okay? Makes your map markers and kind of managing where you've been, your exploration, all that kind of thing, so much easier. And when you start getting more places together, like I've got going, I've got docks over here and stuff over here, you can start messing around with the house one and start having kind of, you know, little spots across the map that will be your little homes. But yeah, okay, so that's the tier 1 resources, guys. So we've done wood, we've done stone, we've done flint, we've done leather scraps, deer hide, we've done circling cores, we've done feathers, we've done resin, we've done bone fragments, and we've done the queen bees. Okay, we got through quite a lot today, so I really hope this has helped you out. On the next one of these, I will be doing another exploration one first, because tier 2 materials you'll get onto very quickly. So we'll go through how to get hold of hardened antlers from a boss fight. We'll go through how to find metals and what to do with them. There's a whole load of stuff that I've got planned for us, guys. But I hope this is helping you out. I really do. I'm enjoying doing these, but I really hope this is helping you guys. I'll be back very soon with some more 101 Valheim. But I hope you have a great day out there. Stay safe. Keep looking after each other. Stay cheesy. And if you are enjoying this, then please drop a like, drop some cheddar on that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and continue to share it far and wide. I will see you guys very soon for some more Valheim. Bye bye.